Today we dive into the murky waters of cronyism, a term that often surfaces in discussions about corruption, power abuse, and unethical practices in both the public and private sectors. This term refers to a system where promotions and appointments are determined by personal relationships and kinship, rather than merit or capability. This practice pervades all spheres of life where power, influence, and resources are being traded. Cronyism persists despite its negative connotations due to the human tendency to favor those familiar or close. This practice undermines meritocracy, the principle that advocates for advancement based on skills, abilities, and achievements. It can lead to inefficiency, poor decision-making, and even the collapse of organizations. It can also lead to a concentration of wealth and power in the hands of a few, causing inequality and social unrest. The term crony is taken from the Greek word chronios, which means long-term, and was primarily used to denote a long-term friend. Over time, cronyism has evolved into a term reflecting favoritism based on personal relationships, leading to unethical outcomes. In conclusion, while cronyism might seem like an unavoidable part of human society, it is essential to understand its corrosive impact on fairness, efficiency, and overall societal growth. In the political arena, cronyism manifests through the appointment of friends or associates to prominent positions regardless of their qualifications. This practice, as old as politics itself, is often overlooked, yet deeply intertwined with global and local political dynamics. Cronyism is the favoring of friends or associates, especially in professional contexts. In politics, this becomes problematic when these individuals are given positions of power based not on merit or competence, but on personal connections. These include childhood friends, business associates, and even family members. These appointments, though seemingly for the public good, often serve a dual purpose. They consolidate the authority of the person in power while giving the appointee access to resources and decision-making power. This can lead to corruption, nepotism, and bias, undermining democratic principles. Unqualified individuals in key positions can result in poor decision-making, mismanagement, and inefficiency. This not only affects the government's effectiveness but also hampers national progress. Cronyism can also create a culture of entitlement, where personal connections overshadow qualifications and hard work. In a world valuing transparency and meritocracy, cronyism highlights the systemic problems in our political systems. It erodes public trust, with people questioning the fairness and integrity of their leaders and the systems they represent. The consequences of cronyism are far-reaching, impacting the political landscape and society at large. It fosters cynicism, erodes trust, and can lead to widespread disenchantment. It's a practice that, if left unchecked, can significantly affect governance and the fair distribution of resources, eroding public trust and leading to widespread disenchantment. The business world is not immune to cronyism. It's a widespread problem, noticeable in various industries and seniority levels. When cronyism infiltrates an organization's hierarchy, it can harm everyone, from frontline staff to top management. The effects aren't limited to the organization's operations, but can also impact its market reputation. Cronyism may allow unqualified individuals to gain key roles, which they may not be competent to handle due to a lack of necessary skills, experience, and knowledge. Such situations can harm the business, as these individuals may make self-serving decisions not aligned with the company's strategic objectives or economic viability. Consequently, it may lead to financial losses, reputation damage, and potentially legal implications. Additionally, cronyism can discourage competition, innovation, and meritocracy. Employees not in the crony network may feel their efforts aren't acknowledged, leading to decreased productivity, lowered morale, and increased employee turnover. Talented individuals who value meritocracy may choose to leave or avoid such an organization, leading to a talent drain. In conclusion, cronyism creates an uneven playing field. It prioritizes the interests of a few over the many, which is unsustainable for any business in the long term. It can lead to numerous negative consequences harmful to the company's performance, reputation, and longevity. It's a serious issue that needs addressing to ensure fairness, equality, and success in the business world. Cronyism knows no borders. It is a global issue, a scourge that affects developed and developing nations alike. It pervades our world, extending from the corridors of power to the smallest communities, irrespective of culture, religion, or socioeconomic conditions. We find cronyism in metropolises like New York, London, and Tokyo, as well as in humble settlements in sub-Saharan Africa, South Asia, and Latin America. It operates within bureaucracy, hidden within tangled regulations and procedures. It manifests in various forms, from nepotism favoring kin to favoritism benefiting allies. At its core, cronyism is an unjust system favoring personal ties over merit and ability. Its impact is far-reaching, affecting economic growth, competition, entrepreneurship, and foreign investment. Not limited to the economy, cronyism also exacerbates social divisions, breeds a sense of entitlement, and undermines social unity. In essence, as long as cronyism exists, it will impede progress and promote inequality, challenging the principles of fairness and justice that underpin our societies. Cronyism is a scourge that we must all strive to eradicate. The consequences are far-reaching, from hampering economic development to contributing to social inequality. Addressing cronyism requires transparency, accountability, and stringent ethical standards. It's a practice that subverts good governance and demands a comprehensive response. Central to this is transparency, which involves being open about decisions and processes. In combating cronyism, it entails disclosing appointment and promotion procedures, revealing any favoritism. However, transparency alone isn't enough. It requires accountability as a companion. This means that individuals or entities must answer for their actions, particularly when they lead to negative outcomes. In the context of cronyism, accountability acts as a deterrent, discouraging favoritism due to potential repercussions. Critical to implementing transparency and accountability are high ethical standards. These serve as a moral compass, ensuring behaviors and decisions align with fairness and justice. They can deter cronyism by fostering a culture that respects integrity and merit over personal ties. Additional approaches include whistleblower protections and open appointment processes. Protecting whistleblowers who play a key role in revealing unethical practices guards them from retaliation. Open appointment processes ensure equal opportunities, reducing favoritism and cronyism. Finally, strong checks and balances can maintain fairness and prevent the concentration of power. They provide a system that monitors activities for compliance with rules, thereby discouraging cronyism. By employing these strategies, we can help curb the practice, fostering a culture of fairness and meritocracy. Cronyism is a complex issue that challenges the integrity of our institutions and corporations. It gnaws at our society's core, endangering the values we cherish. At its heart lies favoritism, where power holders unfairly privilege friends or associates, resulting in skewed distribution of resources and benefits. This undermines our principles of fairness and equality. While cronyism is a global phenomenon, it manifests differently across cultures and economies. Regardless of location or scale, it leaves no stone unturned. Comprehending cronyism involves studying socioeconomic factors, power dynamics, and psychological inclinations that fuel such practices. Its impacts are profound. It hampers competition and economic progress, breeds distrust, and detracts individual potential. Success becomes about connections rather than competence. Addressing cronyism demands collective action and awareness. We contribute by denouncing unjust practices and supporting transparency and accountability. Governments and corporations must discourage cronyism and foster a culture of integrity. They should distribute opportunities and resources fairly. Education plays a key role in this fight. Through knowledge and critical thinking, we can recognize and challenge cronyism, instilling values of fairness and accountability. In this exploration of cronyism, we have barely scratched the surface. There is much more to uncover and understand. This is just the beginning of our journey towards a more just and equitable society. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of cronyism. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and continue to support efforts to combat corruption and promote fairness in all spheres of life.